The Jefferson Award is known as the Nobel Prize for Public Service. It's a nationwide program started nearly 40 years ago in Washington, D.C. And every month here on a Friday on News 4 WOAI at 6, we are very proud to present this honor to someone right here in San Antonio in South Texas who's been nominated and specially chosen for going way above and beyond and helping others. And tonight, I want you to meet Sheri Burdine, who created Hydro Angels over Texas to help people just like herself.
People back in the day called it water babies.
Sheri Burdine is talking about hydrocephalus, a condition she was first diagnosed with when she was 11.
Most people, when you say hydrocephalus, they look at you with a blank stare, and I still have to say, you know, water on the brain. Oh, I've heard of that. I didn't know it had a name. And so we're on a mission to change that.
Hydrocephalus is too much cerebrospinal fluid in the brain. It causes pressure and swelling and can lead to brain damage, blindness, even death.
I was apparently a normal child, but I developed hydrocephalus out of the blue, collapsed on the soccer field, and 12 hours later, I'm having my first of 8 brain surgeries to live with hydrocephalus.
And today, she's at Methodist Hospital for tests to determine whether she'll need brain surgery number 9.
You have a good attitude about it.
Thank you. You have to. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, so as long as I help somebody along this crazy journey I'm on, then that makes it all worthwhile.
Burdine started a nonprofit called Hydro Angels over Texas to help those suffering with hydrocephalus and their families, and to make sure the rest of us simply know what it is. Their website helps explain things like why hydrocephalus is known as water babies.
It was only being diagnosed really in infants because they would come out with the very large heads, and you cannot deny that there's something wrong with that baby at that point. And so their protocol would be, okay, yes, your child has something called hydrocephalus.
And those babies usually didn't live very long. But then a kind of treatment called a shunt started to be used more widely. It's basically a kind of a drain that allows the excess fluid to be siphoned off and down toward the heart or stomach, where it's absorbed by the rest of the body. Sheri is here because she's not feeling well and believes her shunt isn't working again.
So they could adjust it, or they could find something's wrong, or what do you expect?
If they find something's wrong, which if they don't, I mean, I don't want brain surgery, don't get me wrong, but it's like, this has got to stop. Something's not right in my head, and I cannot function like this. I mean, I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm not myself.
So if these early results are accurate and the shunt isn't working?
And they will do another brain surgery, and that, my friend, is what I will look like yet again. And it's not really good timing. And no, this is not a feel sorry for me campaign, because I am in the midst of planning the April 21st is a very special day. It's our second annual Hydrocephalus is No Laughing Matter, but Comedy Is.
That's right, a comedy showcase. Just one of her fundraising and awareness events for Hydro Angels. There's an annual walk. She sends kids to camp. She gives classes about hydrocephalus to healthcare workers. And she gives hydro bears to people like Jennifer Mendez.
And I brought this little guy to her, and she's 24 years old. And she's getting married, and her whole life ahead of her. There's no reason for her to pass away other than hydrocephalus got the best of her. And this is the first time I've been in this hospital since the day that she passed away.
The chronic condition is still very misunderstood by doctors, but is being diagnosed more and more now in the elderly too, where some of its symptoms, like a shuffling gait and confusion, are often misdiagnosed as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's.
The passion in me is the hydrocephalus, and it's because it's been the stepchild of the medical community. It's been the one that has been here the longest and yet has gotten so little. And it's even more prominent and more popular than Down syndrome, and I can guarantee you know what that word is.
This test was not conclusive, so there will be more.
Not what I was hoping for today, but I don't feel very good. Head's hurting, the balance is off, the vision's odd, and I'm tired. So I feel like maybe, it's time that I need to get fixed, because I got a lot of work to do.
Usually the Jefferson Award winner joins us live here on our 6 o'clock news for this presentation. Tonight, Sheri Burdine is out there watching along with her family and friends up in New Braunfels. Hi, Sheri. Since we shot that story, they did drain some of the fluid off her brain. She tells me she's feeling a little better about that. But also this afternoon, she told me They found out that the catheter that drains the fluid down into her heart that's broken, so she will need another surgery probably next week, but she is a fighter. Our general manager, Jackie Rutledge, is here tonight with the Jefferson Award.
I am, and Sheri, we hope you get well real soon, and this award is for you, and we wish you were here with us to accept this, but we hope you get well soon, and we thank you for taking something that has been so difficult for you and made it into a blessing for so many people. And I told Randy before the show that this is something that affected my life. I had a niece that died with hydrocephalus at an age of 3, so it has a personal tug on my heart.
And it does. That's so many special stories out here like this, and we always want to hear about more people. We're going to follow up, of course, on Sheri's story.